This question is Maple TA homework lesson 2, question number 7. Hi, this is Maple TA lesson 2, question number 7, part 3. The question is how to do all of these calculations in Microsoft Excel. So a couple of things, I went ahead and copied all of the correct answers over here, so it doesn't look really pretty, but at least it has all the questions. So the first one is how many hours Miguel can add up the time requirements to see if there's enough time to accomplish everything in a given week. His time commitments are class, study time, sleep, exercise, and socializing and eating time, which were set up here in part 2. We have 8 hours a night, 14 credits, 1 hour each morning for exercise, and 3 hours for meals and socializing that we can put in here. So the first one is class time. So for an in-class, you go for 1 hour for every credit. So this one, it's just going to be, we have 14 credits, so that's 14 hours. We can just write it down, or if you'd like to see it calculate, we can do that as well. To get Excel to work like a calculator, we'll type in the equal sign, and we have 14 credits, so type in 14 times 1 hour, which I know it's kind of silly, but at least it's just one more way of honing in on those calculating skills in Microsoft Excel. Press enter, and we have 14 hours. The next one is study time. This is 2 hours for every hour in class, so we're going to multiply all of our hours here by 2. We have 2 ways of doing that. We can just type it up, 14 times 2, or we can use some cell reference. Either way, we'll get the same answer. So we still need to put an equal sign to get it to calculate. So I can type in 14 credit hours and then do Shift 8 to get the multiplication, or if you have the number pad on your keyboard to the right, you can do multiplication there. Those of you who have a full keyboard, then times it by 2, and we can press enter, and there's how many hours for study time. The other option, and I'm just going to come over here just so that I can have them both up. To get it to calculate using a cell reference, we do, again, equal anytime we want it to calculate. And then I'm going to reference my class hours. So 1 left click right there. Don't touch anything else, and let go of the click so that we're not clicking on anything else. Then again, times 2. Pressing enter, it'll reference the 14 here and times it by 2, which gives us the same answer as our original 28. The next time was sleep time, and that was given in our assumptions of 8 hours a night. So, and we're not going to worry about Sundays, so we're just going to be calculating everything for the 6 days out of the week. And so here we're going to do 8 hours a night times 6 days a week. And again, if you are comfortable and want to do this by hand, that's fine. But to just work it out with Excel, we would just do equals to get it to calculate 8 times 6, press enter, and we get our 48 hours of sleep for those 6 days. The next one is exercise time, and that was given us as 1 hour each morning. And because we're going to be excluding Sundays, that's 6 hours a week. So you can just do that, or again, show it how to calculate. 6 times 1 hour a week is our 6 hours. The next one is socializing and eating time, which we were given as 3 hours per day in total meal and socializing. So that's going to be 6 days a week with 3 hours a day. Again, to get it to calculate like a calculator, press equals. We have 6 days a week times 3 hours of meal and socializing. Press enter, gives us how many hours for that. And then the last one was the total time with everything. So this one, we have several ways of adding this all up. I can do equals and do a cell reference here, 1 left click and then let go, and then add, which if you have a large full keyboard, you can use your number pad on the right, or the addition sign is next to the delete button, it's on the same as the equal sign on a regular keyboard. So we're going to do add this, add. Again, just one left click on each of the cells that we want to add. Add here, and then left click or one more time for the last add, and that will add everything up. Now that's the slow way of doing it. There's another way. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Oh, and I'm going to delete this too since we're not adding that in. I don't want to confuse everyone to try and add 28 in twice. The next one we can do is we can type in an equation, but we're still wanting it to calculate, so I'm still going to type in equals, and then I can say sum. I'm going to add things, and then I need to open parentheses because it needs to know what are we summing here. So then I can go through and select these here as well, and I can put a comma here. I want to sum this number, comma, this number, comma, this number, comma, this number, comma, this number, and I can just press enter, or I can close the parentheses. Microsoft Excel will automatically close that, but sometimes it's nice to just close it up so that you know it's good and done, and then press enter. Again, it added them up. The other way of doing that, instead of doing them each individually, and I can edit my equation up here or in the cell. You know what? I'm going to come down here and do it in this cell. Yes, I know I need parentheses. I would rather do it down here. Control Z. Okay, we'll come down here to edit so that I don't lose everyone. I'm going to delete these guys out except for the sum. And the next option I have is to start here, one left click and hold it. Do not let go. And drag that arrow down through all of these guys. There we go. Keep holding it until you get to the end, then let go, and you'll see that it says it wants to add everything up in that column. Because I only have those numbers there, I can just add up all of those and it's not a problem. If there were other numbers in here that I did not want to add, then the first option would be better. In this case, nothing's in between, so it's not going to add anything extra in there. Press enter, and again, it added it up for me. There's one last way I'm going to go through, and I'm going to move this over so that we can see it. There's an auto sum function here, and we can click this. Now, Microsoft Excel usually reads what you want to add. Because mine are so far away, it's not quite reading it, so I do need to tell it, and I still one left click and drag it just like I did on the previous one to say this is what I want. The advantage of that one is that I didn't have to type in equals and sum, so it was just a little bit faster, but either way, it gives me the total of 114. I hope that helps with this example.